Hey everyone, and welcome back to Pop Off the Clock. I'm Brenda.
And I'm Yoselene, and we're here back talking about pop culture headlines.
We have a lot of things to discuss with you guys.
There was a lot of things going on, you know?
There was. We have our headlines and we have our topics. You know, Katy Perry, the kind of fallout that we're seeing following the release of her new song.
We were very critical of her, and I think it has shifted, but with hope. Because of the snippet of the other song we were able to get. We also are talking about this luxurious, lavish wedding happening in India, and a lot of famous people that I didn't even know were that close to the billionaires.
Exactly, and also the Emmy list just came out for TV shows, so we're going to kind of break that down for you guys and kind of discuss our thoughts on the whole thing.
What you need to know.
Yes, but before we get started on all that stuff, I know I was dying to find out how Yoseline's beach trip went.
Oh yeah,
and
was that me or
so
you?
was my phone, apparently.
Oh, thank God it was Brenda, not me.
How embarrassing. But Yos, tell us how it's been.
Yeah, so, you know, last show I told you guys that I rarely remember what I do on the weekend, but you know, I had this
memorable
beach trip.
weekend.
Yeah. I went to South Padre Island with our friend Chloe and two of her, you know, my friends too, but they're her cousin and her goddaughter. And we just had a blast in South Padre, even though we were a little scared of the sharks. I did get into the water just like a little bit, but aside from that, we would go into the water and then we just hear.
I forgot about that.
Yeah,
honestly.
we would just hear one person scream and we'd just be like, why is everyone yelling? We also did a really cool thing. We went to do the dolphin watch on a boat, and that was pretty cute. I thought I was gonna be like,
were there dolphins?
Yes, there was.
Yes, I didn't even know that there was dolphins in South
Padre.
Padre.
That's why I'm like, they're just taking our money. Like,
imagine it was somebody pretending to be a dolphin.
But there was well, there were plenty. We saw quite a few. There was a really cute one. We saw like a mom dolphin with like a baby dolphin next to it.
Oh, that's so cute.
Right, super
that
cute.
Sounds fun.
And of course, when you go to these beach towns, you have to try like the fish tacos and all that stuff. I got some pretty good shrimp tacos from there and a really good shaved ice. But aside from that, I am a person who doesn't do well in the sand. I start to like freak out, like, and then talk about the sunblock and then you know, but overall, great weekend to celebrate. Chloe was her birthday trip, and I think aside from that, now we have Chloe's birthday party coming up this weekend, and
it's gonna be fun.
It's just a week of our friend Chloe, really.
The week of Chloe.
The week of Chloe.
That's what we should have named this episode.
The week of Chloe. But aside from that, so I'll definitely be recapping.
Yeah,
well,
another memorable weekend.
You'll be there. You're invited to the party. And
I'm invited? I'm just kidding. So I know that.
I'm like, I never got the invite. But yeah, I mean, everyone got the invite. But it should be a fun theme. You know, I'm a theme girl. Like, I love theme parties. Full on, so I'm excited.
I'm so bad at theme parties. She actually asked me what I'm going to be, and I was like, I have no idea because I have not thought that
I'm
far.
just going to wear khakis and a t-shirt, and it should fit.
I'm going to go for very much first Jurassic Park vibe.
Yes.
90s.
90s.
But vibe.
How about yourself? What'd you do this weekend?
Oh, you know, just adult things. I did not plan for it, but I bought myself a new car, which I am like surprised at. I still am in disbelief. I like spend all my days just staring at it because I don't know, I'm afraid it's gonna go away or something. But yeah, I finally have taken the leap. It's been a long time coming, but I think I'm at a place financially where I was ready to do so, and it just felt right. I mean, it's kind of like buying a house. It's like a car, you know, it's like a big investment. And so I was like, am I gonna do it? If so, I'm just gonna do it already. And so, yeah, I did it. So now I have a car, and I still can't get over it. It's just make me so happy
to see that.
Yeah, to see it, and I just love it so much. But yeah, that was the majority of my last few weeks. It's just like kind of setting up all that stuff, insurance, all of that. I got it on Tuesday. So now I'm just so excited for this weekend to drive it to somewhere other than work, because I've just been going to and from work every day, and I haven't been able to like take it anywhere else. So
where are you going to take it this weekend?
I'm just going to go to the stores. Before, I literally hated driving. So I was never going out because I'm like, hueva to have to drive. And now I just want to do nothing but drive all the time. So I'm like, I'm going to just go explore all of Laredo, basically.
You should go to the outlets.
No, yeah, that's the plan. I'm gonna go to the outlets. I'm gonna go to the mall. I'm gonna go to Target. Like, I am hitting the town tomorrow because I need to buy stuff. But yeah, that's what I'm gonna be doing this weekend. And also this weekend, I'm so sad. It's the end of Love Island USA.
Oh, I was just what?
I could cry. It's been my life for the last. I do nothing but talk about this show. Like, I'm so obsessed with it, and it's ending this weekend.
It's ending. I have yet to watch an episode, but Brenda just sent me something from Variety saying that it was like the #1 reality streamed reality.
Yeah,
or just
currently
reality?
this summer it's the #1 watch show right now, and it's like 1,000. Like, that's all I see. I mean, I know that the For You pages are kind of targeted to more of what you watch, but I feel like so many people are watching it. I think you all would love it. Wait till it's over. That way you all can just binge it nonstop, because literally waiting day per day is like torture.
So there's a new episode every night.
There's a new episode every night except Wednesdays.
Okay.
So last night there was no new episode. And then on Saturdays, they have this thing called After Sun, where it's basically a recap of the week.
Okay.
They have a host, and they have like guests, and the people that were kicked off the island, they interview them. They give sneak peeks. It's a really fun thing if you watch episode to episode. A lot of people skip it though if they're just binging it, because it's like, it's like a recap and also a preview. So it's, you know.
Yeah.
But what am I gonna watch now? Smash, because it's on Peacock.
You're gonna watch Smash? Wait, is that
The musical one, the one with
yes.
Catherine.
Not Heigl. No, Catherine McPhee.
Yeah, I loved that show when it came out, and it's been so long since they've actually had it on a streaming, and they have it on Peacock now.
There you go.
So that's my new watch.
You have something to do. I'll eventually get into something.
You all have to watch it. I feel like you all would be obsessed with it. This cast was so great. Ariana Madix did a phenomenal job as a host. Like, she did so good. Like, it was just such a great mesh of people.
Imagine being Ariana, you get the news, the TV show that you just took on as a host, which had poor ratings up to now.
Love Island USA did not do good for a while.
Yeah, and now it's the #1 show.
Yep.
You're hosting it, but then guess what? You get sued.
We'll get into all of that stuff because she's had a wild week. But let's get into some headlines now, because we got a lot of them.
We have a lot of them, and I do want to talk about, just to get out of the way, because it was probably all over your For You page since a couple weeks ago. So it's Anant Ambani's wedding. This is a lavish wedding between Indian billionaire Anant Ambani and the pharmaceutical heiress Radhika Merchant took place over the weekend, and it was glitzy, star-studded affair. One of the nuptials took place in Mumbai and has come after months of celebration, which we had known that. Like, they were having a party like every week. That's when we first
last year, right?
No, yeah, like the engagement
Rihanna,
party.
They had Rihanna perform for the first time
So they
ever.
had, so she was performed for her first concert in 8 years for a pre-wedding celebration. In this actual wedding that finally happened this weekend, it was an international event that brought out Kim Kardashian, Khloe Kardashian, Nick Jonas, Priyanka Chopra, John Cena, and reportedly Justin Bieber. We know he performed out there. A wedding of this magnitude was detailed, with Merchant telling Vogue in an interview published on Sunday that the planning of the festivities was a family affair. So it's on Vogue, of course, like
Shocker.
Billionaire marrying billionaire. What else do you expect? But you told me that attendees received very expensive watches, like the goodie bags.
Imagine just going to a wedding and getting probably a Cartier watch to go with it. Like, that's so crazy, in the little gift bag that you get. Like, that's.
I feel like Kim Kardashian and Khloe were just living for the outfits.
Oh my God. It was so gorgeous. It was
the emerald thing.
Oh my God, it was so beautiful. Like, nothing gets Khloe out other than a wedding.
Yes.
this
and
magnitude.
I wonder if they just got invited because of who they are. They actually had some relationship with them.
I don't know, because I feel like everyone I've never heard of this man to begin with. Like Justin Bieber, Rihanna, the Kardashians,
John Cena.
Where would they run in your circle?
Yeah.
How would that happen? I understand Priyanka Chopra because she's a part of the Bollywood, she was from there, so that makes sense. But Kim Kardashian, Justin Bieber, John Cena was the wild card. For me, they must have been a fan of him, because why the hell is John Cena there?
Yeah, I barely saw him.
But it looked really great. I mean, Oh, I would just love a wedding like that.
No,
It's
honestly, I just want to go to this is something I've wanted for a long time. I want to go to an Indian wedding because
1,000%.
it's a whole like week thing.
Yeah.
But the colors, the food, the tradition, the culture, like
it's beautiful.
Sign me up. So imagine going to an Indian wedding of a billionaire, 2 billionaires.
Where's my invitation? That's what I always say.
That's like when you sent me this stuff, I feel like I responded to you. Another event we want to invite us to.
I know, right? Guys, come on. You can like us too.
But if you haven't seen the outfits,
yes,
go
just
look
go
it
to
out.
the Kardashians, Kim and Khloe's, like everything that they wore, I want.
Yeah.
In my closet.
It was beautiful. So you might need to help me with this next story because it is TikTok drama or influencer drama that
I love TikTok drama.
I know, but I don't know. So is it Madeline Argy?
I think it's Madeline Argy. So basically, guys, Madeline Argy, she is a now podcaster for the Unwell Network, which is under Alex Cooper. And for some time now, she had been dating a rapper by the name of CC.
Central C.
Central C. Sorry, guys. I'm not familiar with this guy.
I know.
She had been dating Central C for some time now. And then over the weekend, she was posting a lot of TikToks basically saying that recently Central C was seen with Ice Spice. They were out like shopping. She brought him on stage and they were very, very close. And Madeline Argy was dating this guy and was like, what the heck is going on? Is this a PR relationship? She basically said that she didn't even have a chance to break up with this guy before he was seen with Ice Spice out and about, that they were seen out in a club the day before her birthday. And it's just this whole drama over this guy.
The timeline. So if you follow her, you know that she's not like a controversial. She's very lifestyle, went to get coffee, like super like not into the gossip thing. So then she did like a 5-part series on TikTok.
It was so many videos.
How she found out that the guy she's apparently dating did a collab with Ice Spice. And that then they started posting, pictures, and the collab they wrote together is about how they cheated on their partners with each other. And then she talks about how the timeline basically, like, I don't know if they broke up or got into an argument, and then he posted a picture of himself with Ice Spice, and she's like, the argument was like only 5 hours ago, and she was already there. The flight's 12 hours. Like, you're obviously already, And it was just so weird.
She mentioned that he had played her a snippet of his contribution to the song, and that in his lyrics, she was like, did you cheat on me? Like, what the hell just happened? And I just think it's so funny because, I just love that she's addressing it head on. Like, this is what's been going on to me. Like, posting everything on TikTok, and she was like, if you want to see my live reaction to their video that they posted, go to my podcast. Like, you're seeing all of these things unfold in like real time, which I'm guessing that's part of the brand of the Unwell, is like being so vulnerable and honest about all of these like things. Yeah. So, I mean, she's on brand with what she's putting out, but
okay, we were very like harsh on Alex Cooper. I'm like, she's growing on me so much. Like, it's not even funny.
She's doing well with like, I mean, she just had like the most incredible wedding that was spread out on Vogue. I loved all of the outfits. I loved everything. I loved it so much.
And then she's going to be, she's the correspondent for NBC for the Olympics. And I'm like,
this girl has like catapulted into stardom. And she's also actually doing way better in her interviews.
Yes, she is.
I'm never like, make sure you ask. She actually like listens now. And I think that just comes with time, is like how to conduct an interview. But yeah, Alex Cooper has a pretty good brand for her. I just really don't like that she has, what's his name again? He was on Dancing with the Stars.
Jowsey, Harry.
I'm just like, I can't stand Harry Jowsey.
Yeah, but
especially
I like
after
Alex
the whole Lindsay Arnold thing. Or is it
the other
Lindsay
one?
Arnold?
Riley.
Yeah. I'm like, can't stand that guy.
Yeah,
but yeah, if you want to see more of that drama, just go to Madeline.
And if you're someone that's way
Argy's.
younger than us and understands it more, and we're missing anything, we apologize. But let us know in the comments. We're just trying
I try to catch up right before, because I was like, I'm sure we're going to talk about it. And
I looked up an article to break it down for me.
I got confused for a
No,
second.
I looked up an article to break it down for me. So please help us out, us millennials. But you know, a show that we've all been waiting for has announced that it's beginning production. Euphoria season 3, the long-delayed third season of the Emmy Award-winning HBO series, will shoot in January of 2025, with all principal casting members returning to
the show.
The show. This is all per HBO. So
I am shocked, honestly.
Me too.
I'm shocked because they don't need to come back.
Unless
feel
their
like,
contract was like
you're locked down for
you're
at
locked
least 3
down.
seasons.
I'm pretty sure there was something like, if we have X amount of ratings, you're committing to finishing it off.
Possibly, because I'm like, what else could they do? I mean, first of all, they're barely starting production. These people look way older than their age at this rate. It's not even going to come out anytime soon. Like, it just has lost its appeal.
Yeah, I don't think, if it's barely going to start production next year,
It just doesn't make it. It's probably going to be them as adults. It has to be. But I'm like, you left off with the whole Cassie, Maddie drama.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. It's just,
It's going to take a lot from, I mean, I'll still watch it. Don't get me wrong,
I think it's a great show, but I just it didn't feel like it had to be done. And
I agree.
I'll watch it though.
Oh, you're like, I'll watch it. But talking about, let's just go to Zendaya. She was spotted at Wimbledon along with a lot of other celebrities. Well, Wimbledon is known for being one of the most prestigious tennis tournaments in the world. It's also known for pulling a star-studded crowd from royalty to A-listers, artists, and athletes. The list includes who was spotted was Tom Cruise, playwright Sophie Hunter, actor Benedict Cumberbatch, Julia Roberts, Zendaya, Andrew Garfield. Hugh Jackman was spotted sitting next to Kate Beckinsale. Do you think they're dating?
Hugh Jackman and Kate Beckinsale?
Yeah, didn't he announce he was getting divorced last year?
Yeah. But with Kate Beckinsale, I don't know. I feel like Kate Beckinsale goes for younger people.
That's true. And Margot Robbie was spotted, which was the first time we see her since you could tell she had a little bump. And of course, the big royal in the house was Kate Middleton, who made her second appearance since her cancer diagnosis. She was there with her sister, Pippa Middleton / Pippa Matthews now, and Princess Charlotte.
That was so beautiful. The whole crowd kind of got up and applauded Kate. And I got a little tear in my eye because it's just like,
it's a tradition. She's like known for going to Wimbledon and handing over the award to the winner, and I wasn't sure if she was going to continue that tradition because of her diagnosis, and it's just awesome to see. She looks beautiful.
Oh yeah, she had such a glow to her, especially after she realized that they were clapping for her. Like, I don't know, it was a really sweet moment.
It was a sweet moment. Another sweet moment that happened in London, or well, Wimbledon is its own city, but whatever. In the UK was to mark the anniversary of Fleetwood Mac member Christine McVie's 81st birthday, what would have been her 81st birthday, excuse me. Stevie Nicks turned to a special guest to perform with her in her concert. She brought out Harry Styles, and they performed a moving rendition of Fleetwood Mac's hit Landslide, as well as Stop Dragging by My Heart Around. And this is the second time that Harry and Stevie Nicks perform, but it was like I
loved his haircut.
Okay, no, absolutely not.
I like his short hair.
He sounds so mature, and it was the first time we haven't heard him sing since the end of his tour.
Yeah,
which
I miss him. I do miss Harry Styles because we were like, when is this guy gonna be over?
We were like, I want to know if we could find a clip now of us being like, he needs to rest. Stop touring. I miss Harry Styles.
No, I miss just seeing the videos of him having fun in concerts. Like, I feel like this is the first time we've actually seen him perform, period, since that time. So it's really nice to see him out there again, and with Stevie Nicks.
Yeah, with Stevie Nicks, his voice sounded so
But I'm not sure if it was at that concert, or maybe it was just that one concert they had, right?
Yeah, it was I think Hyde Park.
Okay. There, they had like a big celebrity gathering in the stands, and there's a lot of pictures of Dakota Johnson smiling at Pedro Pascal.
They were hugging. I don't think anything
No,
of
I don't think anything, but I just want somebody to look at me. I'm just kidding.
I'm like, what about Chris Martin?
I know,
but yeah,
right?
she's like engaged to that guy. But yeah, it was a big show for everyone.
I would have been there.
That makes me think that Dakota Johnson lives in the UK most of the
Possibly,
time.
possibly. I mean, Well, no, I was gonna say because he still has kids, but they're like already teenagers, and the
live
last
in
one
LA.
graduated, so yeah,
Yeah.
probably more low key over there.
Oh, 100% probably. We have some baby news. We have Kansas City Chief quarterback Patrick Mahomes and his wife Brittany Mahomes are expecting their third child. They posted on Instagram the big announcement, which I never thought I'd be talking about Brittany Mahomes.
I know, right? Literally me either. But she also posted photos of being with Taylor Swift and Travis, and that was really cute.
That was cute. That was a cute picture.
Yeah.
Celebrity couple alert. So Jeremy Allen White and Rosalia's romance is going strong. Well, on Sunday, the pair were photographed at an event in Los Angeles celebrating White's hit show The Bear, chatting and smiling at each other as they walked down the street, which kind of makes me happy because when they were first rumored to be, dating, it was like the peak of award season, and he did not take her on anything because I'm assuming the relationship was a little new. But now he's taking her to work events. I love that for her.
Is he?
Well, they were seen at an event celebrating The Bear.
Oh, cool. I didn't really think it was that serious. I thought it was just kind of like a situationship that kind of got brought back because I don't know if she was touring or he was busy filming the new season and stuff.
It was
recently.
like award show season, new season, like shooting
new
like back to
season,
back.
and then so I'm curious as to what their relationship is because I feel like he just kind of is dating around. But
I don't
love
think it's
Rosalia.
serious. You think it's a situationship?
Yeah, but I feel like Rosalia. I love Jeremy Allen White, but I feel like she can do better.
Yeah, he's a little like he has some stuff. He has some baggage.
Yeah, he's a cute guy. I really love him on The Bear. But I love Rosalia, so I feel like
another couple that's starting to annoy me. It's Camila Cabello and Shawn Mendes spotted together at Copa America final.
I don't think so. I listened to her Call Her Daddy interview, and she very much made it seem that the reason why they got back was just to see how it was gonna go, and that she felt like it wasn't there. So I don't know if they're at the point where they're just like friends,
amicable.
Yeah, amicable.
But then why sit next to each other? It's gonna be a thing.
I don't know. I mean, I feel like
it was gonna be a headline no matter what. It was either gonna be like they're separate, they don't talk to each other, or they weren't like all over each other.
I don't think that they'll rekindle it. I think they're just probably trying to be friends. But it's nice. I mean, it's good that they still have a friendship.
Yeah, they're just annoying right now. Halsey and her boyfriend, Avon, is it Jogia?
I was going to look it up, but I forgot to.
Victorious was not in my age. So they're the latest celebrities to spark engagement pictures. The couple was seen in New York City hanging around at a picnic at a park, and the musician Halsey is seen with a ring on, and Dumois is alleging that the couple is engaged, which I didn't even know they were together.
Which I'm like, I feel like since I saw them dating, I'm like, it makes sense. I feel like they're both artsy, like
because she's really artsy,
down to earth, kind of like loves anime, all of that stuff kind of people. And I feel like they make sense, so good for them.
Good for them. Yeah, I'm not against it. No opinion to it.
I feel like they're chill.
Yeah.
Good for them.
Another engagement announcement. Emma Roberts engaged to Wu-Tang actor Cody John, which...
Oh, he's an actor.
Wait, that's what the article said, but I thought she recently said she wasn't dating actors.
I have no idea. When I saw the guy, I'm like, oh, I didn't know she was dating somebody. I'm like, who is this guy?
Yeah. That's weird.
Maybe he is. Maybe he's like a Hallmark movie actor.
Yeah, he kind of looks like that.
A different league of acting, maybe.
Maybe that's what she needs. She's also hasn't had... She reminds me of Ariana Grande, too, in a lower level, where she's like, date someone, engaged, married.
Yeah. Because I'm trying to think, if did she ever get engaged to Garrett Hedlund? That's who she had a baby with.
Yes, I'm pretty sure they did, because she got engaged to...
Evan Peters.
And then I'm pretty sure she got engaged to this guy, too.
I was really shocked. I'm like, girl, what?
Yeah, but she has one baby, right?
Yeah, she has one baby.
Yeah, but I was just very like, congrats. I support Emma Roberts, but there's something about her that sometimes...
Emma Roberts, I don't know. I feel like she's embracing the fact that she has mean girl energy.
I think that's what it is. I think that that's what I get from her.
Yeah.
But I like her because she embraces it.
Yeah.
Like, you know?
I think she like owns the fact that she is just not perfect.
But this was also another story is that on Instagram, rapper Drake showed coffee-colored water pouring into his Toronto mansion during the citywide storm on Tuesday, pooling high enough to go over his ankles. And I think his caption was like, "This better be espresso."
Espresso martinis.
And you just see like someone holding the door.
I know, I feel bad for that guy.
Like, don't mess it up. That sucks. Like, imagine if this mansion and it's just falling apart on you with some rain.
I'm just curious how much it's gonna cost to repair all the water damage.
He has to have insurance.
I don't know why. I'm like, that's my first thought. Like, did you have insurance? Is it going to cover the water damage? Does it cover water damages for mansions? Like, what is the standard?
I'm pretty sure he has insurance. If not,
but yeah, Toronto was getting mad storms, so even celebrities can be affected by natural disasters, guys.
Look at that. Well, this specific story, I was in shock. So Ingrid Andress, the country music star who went viral on Monday night after flubbing the national anthem at MLB's Home Run Derby, which it went viral, guys. She was like off pitch. It was just like, what's wrong with her? Well, she says that she was drunk during the performance and is seeking help. This is the quote she put on Instagram. "I'm not gonna bull y'all. I was drunk last night." She posted on Instagram. Like,
everyone's like, now Fergie can relax because this girl took the helm as the worst national anthem singer.
I don't know.
It was so bad. I mean, I don't think just drunkenness makes you that bad. I don't know. It was just...
I feel like all these rock stars are on so many things on stage sometimes.
For a second, I'm like, is this just some random girl that they just got
really
to
popular
perform?
on country music.
But yeah, when I heard that she was a singer, I'm like, okay, then why were you so bad?
I will say this. If Demi Lovato could do a lot of drugs at 16 and still perform on a Camp Rock tour... You're telling me you can't? Like,
yeah.
I don't know. Maybe it was...
Like, what was Fergie's excuse then?
I really don't know, but it's just so, like, I mean, good if she's owning up to it.
Yeah,
and just
I'm glad
being like,
that
I'm getting
she,
help.
like,
or
spoke
a
about
lot of
it.
people were saying, like, this is the only PR move you can pull to be, like, forgiven.
I had no idea who this girl was. Not only did it help us... I'm sure that she was probably trending at some point.
Oh, no, 100%.
On that day. I mean, that story was literally on national news.
Yeah, because then the baseball players were even, like...
Yeah,
like
that
giggling
was,
or smirking or
gosh, I don't
hide.
think I could like be a play. I don't think I can have people see me react to them performing because
yeah,
I'm
thank
not.
God they have their like caps off.
I show my cards all the time with my reactions, so now she's famous, but not for the right reasons.
We're not for the right reasons. Well, Swarovski has named Ariana Grande as its new brand ambassador. The Grammy Award-winning singer, songwriter, and actress will star in the company's upcoming holiday campaign. And
the photos looked gorgeous.
I was gonna say the photos looked really good. I think they said she was also gonna take some kind of like directive.
Oh, cool. Like a creative director or something.
Which is
I feel like they're doing that a lot with celebrities now.
Which makes sense if it's for their, now that I'm thinking about it, it's their holiday campaign. She's going to be everywhere for Wicked. It just makes sense that she's everywhere too for, you know, like the malls when they post stuff up. It makes sense.
I, for some reason, thought that she was already with Swarovski. But
I think Kim was the last one.
No, I forget who she's with. But.
Well, Joe Manganiello, I think I said that. Right, is saying the reason for their divorce had nothing to do with the kids they didn't have with Sofia Vergara. While talking with Men's Journal, Manganiello admitted that there's been a lot of sayings, something said in the press about me wanting a family, simply not true. So we reported that earlier when it happened, when Sofia Vergara and Joe, let's just call him Joe.
Let's not say the name.
They announced their divorce, and it just came into like, I think she even said it in an interview that it just came to the time where he wanted a family, and she's already in her 50s, has a child, and she couldn't give that to him. However, I think she was asked, like, well, wasn't that talked about before the marriage? And it's just like, well, he like changed his mind, which she was very respectful, I believe. Then he was seen dating a much younger girl, and they're like, well, that's probably it. Like, he wants to be a father. But now he's saying that that's not even the reason. That's simply not the true.
But I'm like, A, why are you barely bringing this up? Like, I don't know how many months after she mentioned this. And, like, why does it matter at this point? You all are not, she's, like, dating, like, a doctor or something.
Yeah.
Like, they're set. I mean, I guess maybe the question was posed, like, this is what she said.
I wonder what I think he's doing something. He has to be doing something to be, like, in the press.
For them to be talking about him all of a sudden.
Yeah, that's, like, the thing about him, for him, or that's his top, you know, that's this thing that everyone wants to know. So just a last headline, we're going to look out for Paris because pop sensation Sabrina Carpenter has made her way to the City of Lights, and just in time for the 2024 Summer Olympics game. The Espresso singer stars in a fun and bright Olympic promo by NBC Sports, enjoying a shot of, you guessed it, espresso at an outdoor Parisian cafe reading La Gazette. Paris.
The little bird coming to see her. Did you see the promo?
I didn't see the promo.
It was really cute. It was a really cute thing. I think she said she's performing in Paris.
Oh, is she doing the opening show?
I don't
probably?
know.
Maybe the opening ceremony. That would be so epic.
That would be awesome.
Like,
I would watch.
I would watch that because it's just the arc of Sabrina Carpenter.
And
she ceases to amaze me.
I learned that because, you know, Joey King is in that new movie on Netflix. She's been doing a lot of press. And the number one question everyone asks her is about Sabrina Carpenter, because now Sabrina Carpenter is like super famous. And Sabrina sang at her wedding, but she learned German to sing, so maybe she's learning like a new language. I mean, we know now that she can learn a new language and perform
that.
it.
I knew Sabrina had performed in Joey King's wedding.
So Joey King liked a song, and she was like, here, like, listen to it. And she was like, girl, it's German. But she was like, I'll do it. You have like a whole year to like learn it. So
that's so crazy. I'll have to look that up, which, by the way, I watched that movie.
I didn't finish it because I was getting so cringed out. How was it?
It's super like, sorry guys, like Hallmarky, like cringe. But I love Zac Efron, so whatever he does,
But I'm like, Nicole Kidman, she's like starting to do a lot of like rom-coms. Cringy rom-coms, and I'm like, girl, you're Nicole Kidman.
I think it's easy money.
She does. I mean, this girl works.
Like, she got paid $10 million for this movie, and I don't even think it's a 2 hour.
Lie.
2 hour.
$10 million?
Yeah, something I read that allegedly she got paid $10 million, and Kathy Bates got paid like $150,000.
$10 million for that movie. I'm sure it didn't even get streamed enough to be like worth that amount of money. Damn.
But,
okay.
Yes. Let's go now to your headlines. Now let's get into our topics, our full reports, our deep dives into the topics we really want to talk about. Just 3 of them. The first one up is Katy Perry, because we kind of bashed her last week in the most respectful way, because I am always rooting for Katy Perry. I just want to
It's constructive criticism.
Let the record show that I will always root for Katy Perry, but I need more from her, which I think I'm hopeful, as I mentioned at the beginning of the show. I'm hopeful that there's more, because Katy Perry recently dropped the first single for her upcoming album, 143, which comes out September 20th. Well, the singer has said Woman's World, an upbeat anthem, and her first music video since 2021 was inspired by her experience as a new mother, and is meant to celebrate the fact that women are unstoppable. However, soon after its release, the pop song and its accompanying music video received a widespread backlash for the fans and critics, and some saying Perry over-sexualized and objectified women, and others questioned her collaboration with the controversial music producer Dr. Luke. And if many people don't know, Dr. Luke was accused by Kesha of sexually assaulting her. It ended up being, I believe they settled. He was never found actually guilty of those accusations. And it's just this, obviously accusations against you, and people believing that. They question Katy, why would she work with him? A lot of people say it's probably with her contract, just like Kesha.
A lot of people are also like kind of being like, I mean, Katy Perry isn't the only person Dr. Luke has been working with. He's been working with Doja Cat, other artists. Like, where's the same energy towards them?
Yes.
But what I did hear in like a TikTok, I forgot the creator who made it, but they basically mentioned that it's different in this situation because Katy Perry was subpoenaed in the lawsuit between Kesha and Dr. Luke. So it's kind of like you were aware of what was what was going on in that case.
Yeah.
So I think that's what people are more upset with her about. But yeah.
Did you ever watch Real Housewives of Dallas?
No, I didn't.
Oh, okay. Because one of the Dallas chicks, White Housewives, her and her husband are suing Katy Perry.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's a weird connection. Basically, like her millionaire father-in-law created flowers.com, and he owned a house in California that Katy Perry bought, and they're saying that she her agents or whatever convinced him to sell it, and he was not in a sound of mind, kind of elderly. So they're accusing her of taking advantage of him. Yeah, it's super
thing on
random.
Katy Perry's plate.
But okay.
Did you watch the music video?
Yes, I didn't finish it.
What did you think of it?
It is hypersexualizing everything, but I think those snippets that we saw behind the scenes, she's very much, it's like a satire. She's trying to make it
satire
because I think it is satire in a way of we're so cool, but hey, we have to dress this way. However, the fact that she has to say a satire is the only way I know it's satire is the message is not being read. I think it's just because we haven't seen you for a while. I don't think we remember your humor if you're not a big fan.
Yeah.
So I think it would have been
Gen Z, they don't really know a lot about Katy Perry's music, only what's out there. I Kissed a Girl, Hot and Cold, if you do hear it every now and then, but they're not familiar with the Katy Perry that we grew up with.
Yeah, so I like that Trisha Paytas is in it.
That was so random.
Yeah, so random. I like the concept of, I think it's pretty. It's a very pop star, in your face. There was a clip behind the scenes saying that this is a very much pop star in your face satire, but it's gonna be an explosion of a reset because the future of the album is more of the new her. So I'm we have to wait for the next song. Then led us to another clip with her interview with Zayn or Zach? Zayn Owen? Zane Lowe with Apple Music. He does beautiful interviews with musicians. Really good. I think my favorite one's Adele with him, if you ever need to check it out. He did this interview. It's not out yet. It usually comes out
around the time the album's being released,
the day before
right?
the album is being released. But it was a snippet where he has snippets of her songs from her album, and he's like, I love this song. He's like, can I play it? So he plays it. Dude, bop.
Way better than Woman's World.
Yeah, I don't know. It was sounding like a really good club song. And for me, I'm just this is my hope. Okay, maybe
there's a shot.
Maybe there's a shot for Katy Perry.
She also said there's a lot of significance behind her album 143, the numbers. I do not know what those numbers mean to her, but I'm I guess this is, I don't know, maybe the baby's birthday.
There has to be something.
143. It's just, I'm not a fan of Woman's World. It kind of comes in the words. It's a woman.
It
that
reminds me a lot
into your
of
head every now and then.
Lady Gaga,
But I feel it's just so early 2000 where it's the lyrics are just so blah. I don't know. That's why I'm really hoping that she comes out with better stuff. Because I don't know.
But again, I'm hopeful for Katy Perry to bring us back home. Let's go, to our next story, which is something that came out today, late into the week, so it's fresh. So apparently Sandoval is not dying down. Vanderpump Rules star Tom Sandoval is suing ex-girlfriend Ariana Madix in a cross complaint filed in Los Angeles on Tuesday for invasion of privacy, negligence, and unauthorized computer access, according to documents obtained by USA Today. Sandoval's lawsuit is in relation to his cheating scandal with Raquel/Rachel Leviss, who is suing both of the exes for eavesdropping, revenge porn, and invasion of privacy. In the Tom owner's lawsuit. He alleges that Madix obtained access to his phone on March 1st and reviewed images, information, data, video, and or communication, including FaceTime videos between Levis and Sandoval without authorization or permission. Sandoval also alleges that his ex made copies of the material and distributed to third parties.
I'm like, bro, if you wanted to end this show that you were on, you just did.
You know what I think it
Rules
is?
is never going to come back after this. This is like I'm like, you see Ariana doing so well. She's on the #1 show. Has the world at her fingertips. And he's like, you know what? I'm just going to sue her.
So 2 things here. I think that this guarantees him another season to come back. However, I think this pushes Ariana to not come back.
Oh, yeah, she's not coming back. I doubt Katy's coming back. I don't think that, what's her name? Lauren from Utah was planning on coming back. Lala. That's what everyone called her now, Lauren from Utah.
Lauren from Utah.
They want to be on TV still, so they could come back, as well as Sheena. You know, Sheena loves to be on TV. But Ariana's the storyline. People want to see how Ariana's doing because her career is doing so well. Like, no one cares about you, Tom. He even deactivated his social media, and his girlfriend deactivated his social media because he knew he was going to get follow-up from this. And second of all, you're not going to win this lawsuit. If you give your girlfriend the password to your phone, that is the access that you are giving her to the end of time.
Yes, like, I don't see any sound-minded judge, allowing this to move forward.
Who recorded the video, by the way?
Without permission.
Who recorded the video without permission? Okay, she sent it to Rachel. That was one person. You make it seem like she sent it to all these people.
Like some production, film
Yeah,
production.
I read somewhere that she sent it to Raquel, and that Tom got her phone and deleted it, and then deleted the copy. So then it only went to one person, and it was the person who was in the video.
Yeah, I think even if some judge would like move forward with it, it would set some unprecedented stuff about like sharing videos and
like it would make a precedent about passwords. Like if you give your significant other your password code, and
then they find something that incriminates you or
it's
whatever.
It's not your fault. Like,
yeah.
You gave me access to your phone a long ass time ago. Like, now you have a problem with it. Yeah. It's just so out of nowhere, and it just goes to show that he is being driven crazy by Ariana's success. Like,
he's like, he needs to be on.
He needs his name out there, and I'm just so tired of this man. He's such a waste of breath. Like, I have never liked Tom Sandoval ever in the show. Not that I've been watching it my whole life, but like from when I started watching it, I knew this guy was a dirtbag. Yeah. And like he just time and time again
such a narcissist.
So, but Ariana wasn't just sued by Tom Sandoval, she's also being sued by Penny. So if you are a VPR, if you watch Vanderpump Rules, you may have known in this last 2 seasons, Katie, Maloney, and Ariana working together on their sandwich shop, something about her. In the beginning, they were working with somebody that Lisa Vanderpump knew, named Penny. I don't know the rest of her name. They had her on board, kind of helping them kind of establish their menu. I think the goal was to have her as the COO, but in this last season, they kind of showed behind the scenes of that relationship being like, we kind of don't want to work with her anymore.
Because she wanted to be a part owner.
Yeah, she wanted to be part owner.
And they said that they didn't want part. It was between them and her. And she was kind of like, well, I'm contributing to the level of being named owner. But I mean, if your contract at the end of the day said CEO, it's the same thing. Like,
so now she's suing them on the grounds of reneging, which I have never heard of. It's basically going back on your word. And like in the state of Texas, that can probably stand, but I don't know about the state in California.
Yeah,
like a verbal agreement, I don't think that that's binding in the state of California, but we'll see how that ends up. But just another example of people just trying to get their name out there. I mean, I think she's seeing how well something about her is doing right now, because there's always a line outside of that place, and it's getting great reviews, and she wants the money from it. Which is not surprising, but yeah, Ariana Madix, keep killing it, girl, because everyone's going to start suing you.
So, it's a completely different story, but we're talking about Sandoval, and it reminded me of narcissism, and I just want to say this. It has nothing to do with it. I just needed people to know that I caught this. I was watching the Netflix show that Letterman has on Netflix. It's like My Next Guest Needs No Introduction.
Yes.
Miley Cyrus's episode. I had it like in my room, and it's a really good episode. I don't know if I haven't finished it, but it's like it takes you into her concerts that she did in Chateau Marmont and the private show she did there, and then a one-on-one interview. And he brings up like, oh, like who's your hero, or is your dad your hero? And we've all know they haven't had like a good relationship. So she's like, my mom's my hero, but then she says, but I'll never take away like what I got from my dad. She said I got some of my dad's narcissism, and I'm like, what? Like, and then I will always be thankful for, you know, him guiding me, like having the access. And I was just like, well, okay, I'm surprised that didn't make headlines.
I'm curious how close they were then during the whole Hannah Montana. I'm like, was that when they were their closest?
I think so. I do think so, because he was very much like in between. Oh, because the question was, tell me about, like, is your daddy here? And then she went into that. And then he said, tell me about how it was moving to Los Angeles at such a young age. Like, you had to grab your whole family. And she says, to be honest with you, I have no recollection of, like, what my siblings were doing that time. Like, I don't know if they were upset. I don't know if they were happy. I obtained that narcissism from my dad that I couldn't even tell you if they were okay. I was just happy to be becoming famous. Yeah. And I'm like, whoa. But yeah, I recommend that interview.
I'm gonna see it now.
Yeah, you should.
I never watched. I really do love David Letterman, but I want to see his show. I've seen a lot of great clips from that show.
It's very in depth. It's like the kind of sit down interviews I like, but it also has that little bit of Alex Cooper. It's like, did you even do your research before where it's like, are you asking about her dad because you truly don't know, or you want to like, bring up the obvious that they haven't had the closest relationship? Yeah. I don't know. I can't tell. By his tone of voice. But just a last thing, our headlines that we do want to recap is the Emmy nominee list that came out. I actually did not look up when the Emmys are going to happen, but that's fine.
I don't know either.
I'm just going to go over the kind of like the 4 categories that obviously are the biggest ones. We have Best Drama Series. We have The Crown, Fallout, The Gilded Age, Morning Show, Mr. and Mrs. Smith, Shogun, Slow Horses, and 3 Body Problem. And I have not seen any of those.
I have seen.
I didn't see the new Morning Show.
I tried watching the Fallout show. I couldn't really get into it. It's like based off of a video game. I did watch Mr. and Mrs. Smith. Absolutely incredible show. I highly recommend it. It was so good. I do want to see Shogun because I've heard really good things about it, and I thought I saw a different one on there.
It could be a comedy.
Okay. I think Shogun might get it because I've heard so many great things about it. But Mr. and Mrs. Smith, that was a really good one. Is it The Crown's last season?
It is the last season.
Ooh. I don't know. I feel like they usually kind of give it to the last seasons of shows.
They do
a lot of the time. I hadn't heard of a lot of
Horses.
These ones.
I haven't heard of The Gilded Ages. Always catches my attention on the HBO, but I didn't think it had good reviews. But
there isn't really a lot of like shows that I've heard of on here. But hey, I go for Mr. and Mrs. Smith, the only one I can truly say that I.
And Best Actress in those drama series nominees are Jennifer Aniston, The Morning Show, Carrie Coon, The Gilded Ages, Maya Erskine from Mr. and Mrs. Smith. It's the main girl.
Oh, okay.
Anna Sawai, Imelda from Shogun, and then Imelda Staunton from The Crown, and Reese Witherspoon for The Morning Show. It's always Reese and
Jennifer. I stopped watching that show after season 1. It just felt too similar to my life. I was like, I need to watch something else.
I need to watch it. I wonder where it went, because I believe it was going to start.
It went through like COVID times and like kind of like election, like interference questioning, and like really kind of like real stuff portraying.
And for me, I think we need a similar show to The Morning Show, but about local news.
Yeah.
Because it's different. Like, we're not doing like $1 million contracts here. We're not, but it's the same fierceness of people wanting to move up and get it right.
It should be like The Office, but news, because there's just like so many like things that are just like, wow, I cannot believe nobody watched this happen.
No.
Like, this is just insane.
Like, I want to pitch, this is my pitch, HBO, Netflix, a news show about local news specifically, whether it's a comedy or like a drama, dramedy,
Or reality TV.
or reality TV. I don't know. I just think that local news is so niche in a way.
Niche.
So if you like the morning show that's about networks, it's more very corporate, very big, high stakes because
I feel like that's all there ever has been put out when it comes to news, movies, TV shows. It's always like they're in a high network in New York City and blah. Like, that's not how it is all the time.
No.
The only thing I can think of is there's this movie. I need to figure out what it is. It's actually a great movie where she works like at a Florida news station. And at the end of the movie, I forget. It's with the blonde lady. I forgot her name. She comes out in everything. I'm not going to remember her name.
It's not Morning Glory. Morning Glory's network.
No. Yeah. Oh, actually, no. Yeah, Morning Glory exists too.
But she goes to network.
Oh, it's network? Okay.
She goes to like the fourth big network, and they're trying to bring up their news.
You see what I mean? There is more to
like, there's
network.
so much more. Like, I could, you know what? Maybe we should write a book. I think that we could develop a book about local news, and like, I don't want to say it because it would be so inappropriate, but like, the stories we hear of people that have gone, you know, they're not dead, they're just no longer work here, like their personal lives and how it affects working in news. And then if you're in a small town, you have all these connections.
Like, honestly,
and I feel like you know exactly what I'm talking about.
Honestly, like, sometimes the drama that we have at work is just like internally and externally is like, it makes for great TV. So if you all ever want to follow a group of people, you have your subjects
like,
right here.
Should we write a book?
We can.
I think, like a series, and then it'd be like, what is it? Big Little Lies, like something like that. And then we can no murder mystery, but
we can turn it into a TV show then, and then we can star in it. Because I think we need to continue to be a part of the franchise of whatever we put out.
So if you are someone who wants to work on that, let us know.
Yeah.
I am more than happy to.
I'll take HBO, Netflix, Hulu, whoever wants to.
Whoever wants it.
Amazon.
I think it would be a great show because it's really like.
It'll make people interested in local news
and who they work with or who
lives in their town. You know.
Yeah.
I feel like there's such a disconnect when it's network people because you feel like you never see them unless you're in New York City or in Paris or whatever.
And it's higher stakes. I get it because it's like national news and like $1 million contracts, as I said, and like sponsors and, you know, more of that big money corporate America kind of thing. Where local news, it's really like.
We got stakes too.
We got stakes, but like sometimes it's like a mom just trying to like, you know, do her job and raise her kids. And her job just happens to be that she's
a news anchor, or a reporter, or whatever.
It's fun. Are we like developing? You know, once this is posted, it's already
it'll be made into an Emmy Award nominated show.
Yes.
Just watch.
But aside from that, our other list we have, that was Best Actresses for Drama. Best Actor in a Drama Series, we have Idris Elba, Hijack, Donald Glover for Mr. and Mrs. Smith, Walton Goggins for Fallout, Gary Oldman for Slow Horses, Hiroyuki Sanada for Shogun, and Dominic West for The Crown. Dominic West is so problematic in my eyes, but to each their
after
own.
the whole relationship with, I doubt he'll get it, but
Donald Glover?
I'm rooting for Donald Glover.
I think that'd be epic.
But I think that the main guy from Shogun, I'm calling it, I think he might get it. I think Shogun might get a lot of awards because
I haven't seen it.
It had a lot of good reception, especially from the critics. They really did like the show. It's a time period piece based off of a warrior in a certain time. I don't want to say anything wrong. I don't know, but it's a period piece of a samurai.
Oh, okay. I think I know which one it is.
Kind of. You've
seen the posters.
Seen a bunch of ads.
Okay.
Yeah, you've probably seen a bunch of ads for it. I think they might get it. And then for comedy,
we have Abbott Elementary, who usually wins. The Bear is kind of the contender. Curb Your Enthusiasm, Hacks, Only Murders in the Building, which I didn't think that last season was it. It's taken me like 5 months to finish that last season.
I haven't even seen past
Palm
season
Royale,
1.
Reservation Dogs, and What We Do in the Shadows, which I really like What We Do in the Shadows.
I love Abbott Elementary. Me and Carlos just recently like finished it. Hilarious.
Really?
Like, oh my God, it is so good. It's so funny. It's so relatable. Like, if you have a family member in teaching,
Oh yeah, you
like,
do.
you know, like you've heard these stories before. And I don't know, I'm just so proud of Quinta Brunson for creating such an incredible show. She has such just a star-studded cast. Right now,
Great actors.
yeah, right now, how it ended was kind of like a will they, won't they? Like, it has like that will they, won't they relationship that's been going on throughout the whole show, and you're finally seeing something happen there. I'm so excited for the next season. I feel like you all would love it. It's really easy to digest. I think they're like 25-minute episodes. Very fast.
But there's a storyline under each episode,
Kind
right?
of,
Like,
yeah.
I always say, like, the best shows you could watch without watching all of them, but you can't. Like, for example, Law & Order, SVU. Like, each different episode is a different case that grabs your attention, but there's also like the
an underlying. That's very much how it is.
Okay.
Yeah, like everything is a different type of tackling a different type of issue that teachers kind of face, but underlying, you know, you're seeing the progression of the characters and like their relationships with each other. But I really highly recommend that show. It's so good. And The Bear was actually the season 3 I wasn't a big fan of, their current season.
Really?
It was just too hectic. It was trying too hard to be different. And I'm like, y'all, you don't have to try too hard. Like, we already like you. You don't have to like force it. But Abbott's gonna take it because it's just such a beautifully written show. And actually, for the first time ever, Selena Gomez was nominated for an Emmy.
Really?
She was nominated. I just saw the headline.
I think her first season was the better one, but
I really have not kept up with that show. I loved season 1. I tried to watch season 2, and I just didn't get super into it.
Season 3, I think, barely got good.
Because they make like a musical, right, based on Bear or
it's
something
like
that.
they're the guy who dies is which is Paul Rudd. He dies in it. He's in the musical.
Oh, okay.
So it's not like really a musical, but because
It's like a murder mystery musical.
yeah,
again.
it just happens to be that when you're in a scene and they're at the rehearsal for their play, they're singing because it's a musical. But aside from that, I still don't know who did it because I haven't finished it.
But we'll see what comes out of these Emmys.
I did not see when
I
it was
tried to look
airing.
for the date, and I could not find it, but it's usually around, January 15th, 2024 is when
January, but we already passed that.
Oh, whoops, that was last year. 2025. I should have
Would
looked
it be
that up.
really? Like, would it be a full year? Are we
It
that?
must be.
No, September.
Oh, September. Yeah, I was going to say, I feel like
I'm
it
like, it's
usually
too
comes out
close.
in September.
September 15th.
I remember it was right when like school time starts.
Yeah, because it kind of like, yeah.
Yeah, so we'll be watching that and we'll be recapping the winners when that time comes.
Yes, and you want to recap our ongoing favorite show right now?
Yes.
House of Dragon.
House
I hadn't
of
even
the
checked in with you if
Dragon.
you actually watched it, but I'm assuming you
I watched it yesterday.
Okay. Oh,
So I'm right up to date.
You're up to date, and thankfully you saw no spoilers since Sunday to yesterday.
Oh, like spoilers for the next episode?
No, for like, you didn't watch it on Sunday then. You watched it until
No,
yesterday?
I didn't watch it on Sunday because Carlos fell asleep, and
Okay.
I was like, let me just wait so he can
Well,
watch
that's very
it.
nice of you. I would have been like, sorry, you're lying.
But what did you think of the episode?
Okay, let me try to remember what happened.
Exactly.
And I knew that was happening just because last week's episode was just so like,
Yeah, last week's episode took it for the season. I think the next episode's gonna be
it's gonna be good. It was like another setup for the future. Oh, it was very boring because I just remembered we kind of like the most exciting part in my head was the last like 2 minutes when they're like, we need to find more dragon riders,
dragon rider.
which is a setup for that guy that has a sick daughter.
Oh, okay.
I
I'm
kept
like, why do we
thinking-
keep following
Me too.
this
I'm like,
guy?
there has to be a reason. There has to be a reason. And I still had to look it up because I'm like,
But he's a
who is he?
bastard.
So he might be a bastard from Targaryen blood.
I know, but you know how they said that we're gonna go through all of these papers that we have.
They're still
How
like,
would
they're
they
still
find
keep
him?
like, they're still like the historians, they still keep track of that. That's
Of
how,
bastards?
Yeah, that's how they find out. Remember Jon Snow when it said a baby with black hair?
Yeah.
That's like, they're still history keep like.
How? How does that happen? Show me these history keepers. I want to see their jobs. Their 9 to 5s.
Aegon is mummy.
Oh, that was so sad.
It's just like, at the end of the day, this kid is just a kid.
Like Aemond, ugh, God.
Oh my
Get him off
God.
my screen.
Allison should have just like,
Shut up.
yeah, like her lover and her stalker just turned on her on the table. The fact, like the audacity, like that's like, I would have been like, the audacity you men have to go against my wishes in public, but on private you're drooling over me, like. And then when Christian Cole calls her Allison, she's like, no one gave you permission to call. And I'm like, yes, like.
I can't stand Christian Cole.
I can't stand him
Aemond's
either.
the worst. Do you think that they're gonna kill off Aegon?
Aegon, well, he eventually.
Because I'm like, this guy, like, he barely has any bones. They like paste it back together.
He still has a really big battle coming up.
Aegon?
Yeah.
I'm like, how is he gonna
Yeah,
recover?
no, he has a really big battle coming up.
He has like the plate was still stuck to him. Like,
But
that
yeah.
was so gross.
What I'm getting confused. I get very confused with the Riverlands and the Harrenhal or whatever.
Harrenhal.
Yeah,
I'm
like,
confused with the distance
me
away from each
too,
other.
because they rely on each other, but yet I think Harrenhal is in the center of Riverlands and something else. And if
My
you control
dad bought me a
them-
book, a pop-up book of Game of Thrones. So I just need to bring that map one day, and we should
please.
like go over everything.
Yes, because even like there are like the
Because you need the
outside shots-
Riverlands to cross something.
But then the Riverlands are very like not attached to King's Landing because they're very traditional to the Valerian, where like the Targaryens come from. They're very like
Valeria.
woodsy, Valeria. They're very woodsy, very like,
Yeah.
and they all came to like this part. It's
Because
like
they're
this
not
deep
on
history.
the edge, because the edge is isn't it Casterly Rock?
I don't know. Yeah, I think so.
Where all the sea people.
Yeah. Oh, and was this the episode where they tell not Bela. Yeah, Bela, like, oh, you'll be the heir? Or was it last week? When the grandpa was like,
Yeah, he told her in this episode.
yeah.
He
And
told her in
it's
this
very
episode.
like, you could be the heir. And it was basically him saying like, forget about Jace. You don't have to be in this war. Like, you come live with me. You have this title.
And we mentioned it last time that it was going to be very much him being like, oh, like, I hate you, Rhaenyra. Like,
Who am I?
You killed Rhaenys. And then Baello's very much like, you are gonna, she wants you to be her hand. She's gonna be the future queen. Rhaenys chose to die in an honorable way. Why are you still complaining? Are you just gonna go off again and just live your life? Like, we need you here. Step it up. And I'm like, go Baela.
Yeah, which is like, she's so perfect. Like,
Yeah.
she's so smart. Like,
God, she
knows.
looks so much older than like Rhaenyra.
Oh, for real. Yeah.
When they were sitting next to each other, I'm like,
Especially
this
when
girl can be
Rhaenyra's,
her
like,
mom.
next to her son, I'm like, are you guys the same
They're
age?
like the same age or something.
But even,
What else happened in this episode? Oh yeah, we see more of like Daemon having dreams.
in a haunted house. So I read something. It's just a theory. I do not know this, even though I do read ahead. This is just a theory that I saw online. The girl, is it Alison Rivers or Allie Rivers? The witch that's there?
I'm not sure. I never got her name.
The Rivers girl, that it's a possibility he only sees her.
Like she's the only one there?
Like, he only sees her. Like, she only contacts him. Like, she's kind of a ghost. Because there was a part where they're talking and the little, like, short guy comes in, like, the little... And he was just like...
Yes!
And then if you look back, you don't see her cross behind him. So, I don't know.
Guys, Yoselin always teaches
Well, it
me
wasn't
something.
me. It's some TikToker. I don't know if it's true, but...
That's crazy. That makes 1,000% sense because I'm like, how is this girl all the way up there? How does she get all the way down here? How is she over here? Like, that makes 1,000% sense.
But then it makes me wonder who sent her and why is she targeting
Well,
Daemon?
remember how, who said it? Was it her that said it? Like, have fun at that place. You're gonna like go crazy or something like that. Like, maybe she's like the ghost of Harrenhal.
Yeah. It's very Harry Potter. But aside from that, I think just this week's episode was setting us up for next week.
And that's what my problem is with this season. Like, it is the worst season. I'm sorry. I'm going to say it. We're already halfway through, and I feel like we're just setting up for something.
So it makes me
setting
think
up
that
for something.
There's all these deaths that are coming for us. They're big deaths. We're so close to the end of the season, it makes me think that we're just going to see one major death. And then the next season is going to be like...
I hope next season it's like good episode, good. Because it's been like whatever,
good episode,
whatever, good episode,
yeah.
whatever, good episode. Like this coming week is episode 6. That one looks epic. Yeah. I'm excited for that one. But then I'm sure it's going to be setting up for maybe episode 10. Yeah. And like that's like 3 great episodes.
I think 10 will be a cliffhanger. I don't think there's just so many people that need to die that...
Yeah, and this cast is still so young enough where they can make off that it wasn't a lot of time and distance between
if they just start filming like right now.
Whereas like Euphoria, that one's a little bit different.
I know Jacob Elordi's like
this
grandpa.
man's like 7 feet tall at this point, since the first season.
But aside from that, that's a recap of House of Dragon. It's a show, of course, that we've been following along, and we encourage you. And we apologize if we spoil things. And we're pretty good at giving disclaimers of these are theories and this is something we looked up.
And I'm sorry that we don't have more to say about this episode, obviously, because it wasn't that good.
Yeah.
Because there aren't going to always be great episodes
and
in the show.
There's just so many names and so many houses that we're still connecting the dots. I'm trying to really think
what else there was. No, it was really that.
It really was that.
It was just the fallout of Aegon falling from the dragon.
It
was trying to establish who was going to be in charge. I once again question why this guy with blonde hair is coming out. You kind of set that up. Corlys was just the reaction of Rhaenys' death, and then just setting that up for the new dragon rider.
Yeah. That's pretty much it.
We got it. We got it.
You guys got it. But yeah, that's a wrap of our show. Thanks for tuning in. And of course, we'll be posting this. You could follow us either on Instagram or on Spotify. We're also on YouTube. All the links are there on our Instagram bio. That's kind of where you will it's kind of our headquarters, if I would say so. You can find our links there for our personal pages as well. But aside from that, I think that's a wrap.
That's a wrap. All right. Thanks a lot, guys. See you then.